Real TV Sports.
NFL, Week 8. Let's talk about it. Take a look on the ticker on the side of your screen. First thing we're going to be talking about is the injury bug. It was a massive week for injuries, and it's going to impact a lot of teams moving forward. Some things that come to mind. Brandon Ayuk, done. Godwin, done. Evans, dinged.
Yeah, looking at Watson's injury, I get that he's not a fan favorite in the league. He's not a talent. Well, he's a talented quarterback, but he's not playing great. He was getting booed after a terrible injury. It is disgusting, and I know my Jameis fan in here would also agree. Watching that video of Jameis crying, talking about it.
I think they are in a much better place now.
His career might be done. I actually think their season's over. I mean, they're going to be fun to watch with Jameis.
Yeah,
They could do a little bit of damage to some contenders on like down the road. Still have a good
Totally.
defense.
True.
I
True.
saw something on Bleacher Report today that said 15 trade packages for the top
Miles
edge
Garrett.
rusher, Miles Garrett. Would it be the worst thing to trade him and get a huge haul?
If
Yeah,
I
that'd be
was
smart.
Cleveland, I would totally trade Myles Garrett. As
I would trade him
crazy
and
as
get
that
your future
sounds.
quarterback.
Yeah, get
Man,
your
they're-
quarterback, get a receiver, get some linemen, get some. They need a lot. They have a
Yeah,
lot
they
of
lost
holes.
Cooper too. They lost Amari Cooper.
He had to go too. Totally.
They need to punt their season. I mean, what Winston gives them a better chance, and it's actually going to end up hurting them, I think, at the end of the day.
Something that I think is absolutely disgusting is Chris Godwin being in the game with less than a minute left, down 10, and
Yeah.
he gets his ankle snapped. Having a career year, and sure, we could talk about why would the coach keep him in. I think the Buccaneers season is done. I think you could nip it in the bud. I think they are done. I think they're going nowhere but downhill from here. Especially Mike Evans is out for, what'd you say, Savo? 4 weeks?
He's out until after the week 11 bye, I think.
Yeah, so that, I mean, what is Sterling Shepard taking them to the promised land?
I think I disagree. I don't.
I disagree too.
I don't.
I think their
No, no, no,
season's
no, no.
over.
Let me. I mean, I don't think it's over, but they will struggle, obviously.
It's an uphill battle.
I think they could still win the division.
If Devontae Adams doesn't get traded a week ago, we might see him land in Tampa Bay. But their season is done
Yeah.
with the injuries that they just faced.
I love me some Baker Mayfield, and he looked like Panthers Baker Mayfield without Mike Evans. I think the Brandon Ayuk injury hurts the Niners tremendously as well. Like Ricky Pearsall ain't gonna get it done. I'm rooting for the guy. He took a bullet for this team, but he's not gonna be the guy to get it done. Debo was hospitalized. What's going on in the NFL? I mean-
I'll add to this.
Debo-
Niners
Every
team.
single one of these injuries affected me this week, unfortunately.
Debo got released from the hospital today.
That's
Yeah.
good.
What did he have? Like
He
stuff
had
in his
pneumonia. He had
Pneumonia.
pneumonia with fluid in his lungs. I mean, if he is out this week, I don't know what a wide receiver core of Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, and I think his name's Charlie Jones.
Either way, they're gonna beat the Cowboys. We know it. It's coming. Another one, Jaden Daniels. I saw a reel of like how did fans expect him to stay healthy? It was just a compilation of him getting absolutely drilled in college.
There was DK who's only going to be out 2 to 3 weeks with that MCL sprain.
They'll
That-
manage.
So did you see Ayuk's injury? Like the way his knee went? It went the opposite way of Ayuk's.
It's a team I think will be just fine without him though.
Can
I don't
fly.
think I think he's good enough to be like the featured guy, but he's not. Their offense totally runs through Kenneth Walker.
Yeah,
As
I
long
mean,
as he's there.
It's pretty wild. The Saints and the Bucks have like no receivers now because of injury.
Yeah, that's another one. Like, anybody want to talk about like a little Rashid Shaheed? We could. He's done for the year, but
Yeah, but the
He's a flash in the
the
pan.
whoa!
What is
My
this?
God.
Double stash. This is the best I got. I'm Urkel.
Stick around
Right.
to our game picks, our locks and upsets to figure out why Brian's Urkel today. We're gonna move on into trade talks. It's been heating up. I've heard Cooper Kupp. I've heard Matthew Stafford. I've heard Myles Garrett.
one of them was Preston Smith, under the radar name that's always producing. I could see him going to the Chiefs, first of all, just because it's the Chiefs, and that is a Chiefs move to just get a known edge rusher, and he'll become a stud.
Here's another one you don't really hear. I heard Adam Thielen getting tossed around a lot.
I heard Deontay Johnson as well.
Me too. I heard Deontay Johnson.
I
You
heard
already talk about
Deontay.
Cooper Cup. Well, yeah, Cooper Cup. I mean, that's a massive one.
I have a take on Cooper Kupp getting traded. He will be no more than a shell of himself if he goes anywhere where the quarterback is not named Matthew Stafford.
Unless they get traded together.
No, I disagree with that because I saw 3 teams that really intrigued me. Chiefs were 1, Baltimore 2, and Pittsburgh 3.
The best would be Baltimore. He's a good
I
blocker,
I think so too.
very good blocker.
We didn't
Go
say
ahead,
this
Brendan.
team for Cooper Cup. Just lost a top wide receiver yesterday. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, maybe. They're going all in on this season. You don't know what the future holds with Baker. Maybe they want a little Cooper Cup action for the back half.
That would be interesting.
He's
That
such
might
a
get vetoed by the league.
he's such a
Baker,
Baker teammate too.
I mean, we did see Amari Cooper go to the Bills. We saw Devontae go to the Jets. I can't see anyone blowing it up just yet, except the Browns. I could see.
I did see that Nate Davis. I know this is just an out of nowhere one, but Nate Davis, the guard from the Bears, is on the trade block.
As if somebody would want him. They have like the worst
As a
line.
Seattle fan, I want him.
Yeah, now we're gonna talk about some teams that we think are juggernauts. Like we're roughly at the halfway point of the year. I think that, hear me out here. Obviously, the Ravens look like a juggernaut. They look unstoppable. The Chiefs look like a juggernaut because Mahomes is having his worst statistical season to date and they're undefeated. I think that the Steelers can be a juggernaut if that offense puts up over 25 points a game because that defense is fierce. And
Absolutely.
Russell Wilson looked good.
We still get help when we get Cam Sutton back.
If that offense, you said 25, if they can just, I'd say 25 as an average, but when they put up 17 to 20, that defense can hold a team down to 3. In the NFL now, it's an offensive league, and defenses, the saying defense wins championships doesn't mean as much as it did 10 years ago, but that's a defense that can win you a championship. That is
Totally.
a defense that can shut down the Chiefs, the Lions, who are my juggernaut pick. I can even see the Ravens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop in here real quick. He did look good. I agree with everything everyone's saying. I think we're jumping on it a little too early. If you watch the game, like a lot of them plays were made by the wide receiver. Like they weren't great balls. Now he did make some good throws. He did.
Yeah.
And obviously it's his first game.
Yeah, he hasn't played since
you know
last
he's gonna
Christmas.
be a little rusty and stuff. But I think the Russ hype. I need another week or two. You know, to really
Going off that though, with like the receivers making the plays, you didn't see the receivers making plays for Fields.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well,
Wilson
that's
gave them
yeah.
a chance to make
I
the
agree.
play.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Definitely.
Looking at it
Obviously,
now,
Russell Wilson
it looked like they
something.
coached Justin Fields to play safe until Russ was
Yeah, like a
healthy, if
conservative.
that makes sense.
What imagine they have to see what Russ has, and there's no doubt like Fields isn't getting traded. He's not going anywhere. They're gonna build him up. That's
Yeah, he's only 25.
I think Russell's on a 1-year rental. I think it's a whole year in Pittsburgh.
yeah.
keeping
There's no
on
point in
this-
not seeing what he has.
Keep it on this quarterback switcheroo. I just don't want to forget it. I want to remember it. What if Matt Stafford gets traded to the Vikings? What's going on there?
I could see it being a swap for Stafford for Darnold.
Yeah.
But why are we taking now like 5-1 Darnold?
Yeah,
They want somebody who has experience in the playoffs, probably.
I agree.
They're in
Yeah,
win
but,
now
like-
mode, and they already have a future quarterback on the bench.
Matt Stafford would suck on that team.
He'd be terrible. But
That's
going
like-
back into
Kind
quarterback,
of like a Terminator.
Dude,
I'll go out-
a lot of these throws you see Darnold make, he's out of the pocket and he's moving. Like Stafford could do that, but he's not what he used to be. I mean, he's perfect where he is. I think they're both just perfect where they are.
Like I hate to say it, like having Matt Stafford, I would feel a lot more comfortable. Obviously, as a Vikings fan, if I was one, but like I just don't think you could take out Sam
Yeah.
Darnold. Like I don't think you could do that.
I feel like
No,
Matt
you
Stafford's
can't.
too injury prone.
I think
They
the
could-
Rams,
They
you
look
should look
good.
into paying him too. He's 26.
That's
I
what I'm
think the
saying.
Rams would be way better if they didn't get hurt early in the year. I think they'd-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be selling right now.
No.
But quarterback changes right now. Derek, let's rejoice. Jameis Winston was just named the starter.
I'll go out on a limb here. I think there's a 0% chance Matt Stafford gets traded for Sam Darnold. Why it doesn't make enough sense. Like I don't know. I think that would just be stupid.
I think the Vikings would have to get Stafford plus some.
Yeah.
The only reason it makes sense is if they want a vet to work
I think
up.
they're gonna get like if they get him, it's gonna be like for sure
Can you imagine
with picks.
like Stafford and Cup for Darnold and Addison and like picks or something?
I think
I was even daydreaming of like, can you imagine
You're
how
saying if
good
Cubs,
Justin Jefferson would be with Matt Stafford just staring him down, forcing
Oh,
him
yeah.
the ball? Justin Jefferson would
He's untouchable.
explode.
Well, they run the same offense. the Rams and Vikings.
Yeah.
Could you
very
That's
imagine?
why that trade is coming up because that's their old coach.
Mm-hmm.
The only
I-
way
But
that
we're finish that, then we got to keep going.
all right. Yeah, the only reason I think that the Vikings would even consider trading Darnold is just because they're in a position now where the JJ McCarthy pick looks absolutely terrible. And if they trade for Stafford, they could go back to JJ once he's healthy. And if they keep Darnold and he's balling, then there's going to be a decision to make, and they might make the wrong one.
Those are some juggernauts. On the other side of the spectrum, some teams in the NFL are already looking at mock drafts. I think the Browns season is done. I said it earlier. I think the Buccaneers season is done. I think that the Cowboys season is done. Who else?
I don't think Bucks are done.
The Raiders,
The Bucs
like
are
they
done.
had some hope before the season
I think I
with
just
Max Crosby,
agree with
Devontae,
you on
and
those.
then a quarterback battle between a serviceable QB and a young guy. But that team is so much worse than I could have imagined.
They're looking at mock drafts.
Patriots season.
Totally.
I think the Patriots
As are the
season's over too.
Jags. As are the Jags.
They're done.
Yeah, like
Huge win
season
in line.
done. Start looking
I
at
think-
what pick you're gonna get. Like you're done this
How
year.
about
I
this?
think as
The
long
Jets
as
are done. I'll say it again.
The Jets done.
Jets
matter.
are done. I think
I'm still
Indy's
stuck
done.
on this. I really don't think the Bucks are done.
I don't think the Bucks are done either.
No, the Bucks aren't done yet.
It's a hot take, but I think they're in big trouble without both of those receivers.
Yeah, they do have the rookie and maybe Rashad White stock up. Maybe they play Rashad and Bucky same time. A little two running back set. Kate Otten look good. I think they're definitely gonna fight, and it's in a tough division. Mike Evans will be back like end of the year.
Shout out
They're-
K9.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Their
And they
their,
have a huge
their
matchup this
season-
week.
Yeah, I was gonna say their season could be decided this week against the Falcons.
Yeah.
Already lost once to them.
Well, the Panthers.
Already said
Panthers
that
are
one.
done.
Didn't hear the
Yeah.
Raiders.
The Dolphins.
I don't think the Dolphins are done
They're
just
done.
yet.
They're too far, guys.
Nah, they're only
but
2-4. That's a
think
bad division.
Yeah,
I think
but
the
like if
Chargers
Tua
are
gets
done.
hurt one more time, like come on, you don't know.
Here's
if
what
he's
I'll say
gonna go
though.
back and do Tua.
Chargers last
If-
minute loss to the Cardinals.
If the 2-4
Titans.
Dolphins are done, are the 2-4 49ers done?
No,
Or are they 3-3?
No.
3-4.
3-4?
They're
Okay,
3 and
so
4.
same
3-4
thing.
and flirting with being done.
Well, here's the only problem with that: the Seahawks lead the division.
Somehow, some way.
4-3, yeah, so it's not a big gap.
True.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not done.
How about this though? I
yeah.
will say this. I do think the Niners are in trouble. They have so many
They're not
hurt-
great. It's not
They
great.
have so many hurt guys. Dallas coming off a bye week.
I
Like
think-
they need a win. Like I don't know. Something about this Niners team, like you always gotta back them and say they're gonna win it and this and that, but they're hurt.
They're the strongest roster in that division. That's why you have to say that. But
I don't think
No.
Ayuk matters to them.
Yeah,
I can't say he doesn't matter, but he's not as big of a role. He's not as big of a role as
Mo
years
is the
past.
most important part of that team.
Next up is our community hotline, which is your guys' hot takes submitted. Unfortunately, last week we missed. We did a little bit of a makeshift episode, so nobody submitted a hot take, which is okay. But drop your hot takes in the comments below. They'll be in next week's episode. And now we're going to move into our game picks, research-backed game picks, our locks and upsets. So let's start off with our locks. Chirk.
I don't know how it gets much simpler than this. It is Sonic and Knuckles against the Tennessee Titans, 10.5 point line. I'm going with the Lions.
It's an absolute lock. There's no way. There's no way.
There's no way.
My lock this week is the Houston Texans in a bounce back. They kept it close with the Packers, who I think are a really good team. I think we finally get to see the Tank Dell game. Colts defense is bad.
My lock for the week is Chiefs. I mean, they're playing Oakland. Oakland's terrible.
Does Oakland have a team?
The other thing is I really also want to go with Green Bay. I'm gonna throw Green Bay. Still a 2-for-1 action.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the Jags suck. I agree with that.
Oh, I forgot to mention. If you go 2-0 with your picks, as Derek and Savo did this past week, we roll the Rizzler around here. On the contrary, if you go 0-2, like Brian did down there, you're usually the mustache of the week, but in this case, we got Steve Urkel. Yeah, that's what these records have been the entire time. That's what these picks are for. And wait, Lewis, were you like right in the middle talking?
Nah, just give me the Chiefs.
And the Packers.
And the Packers. Throw them in there.
So if either one of those loses, that counts as a loss for the lock.
All right, so my lock this week, Giants are going up against the best defense in the NFL, so give me the Steelers. I just think that could be a blowout.
In prime time, unfortunately, but I agree. It's a gross game. Why do the Giants have primetime games? That's like their third one this
This
season.
is the Steelers' third one, too, which obviously they're good this year, but I don't know
Three
what they saw in that matchup at the beginning of the season.
It's terrible.
3 all at home in 1 month for the Steelers.
That's insane.
I have the Lions over Titans as my lock.
I also forgot to mention, we beat the Loch Ness Monster last week. If the majority of us take a team, which was the Bills last week, we call that the Loch Ness Monster. It's lost every time. Finally, we got one. So yeah, we have potential for one here. Tyler, what's your lock?
The Lions.
Oh boy, Brian has a choice here.
Give me the Lions and the Packers.
And that, my
Loch Ness.
friends, is a Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, it's a monster.
2 of them, right?
Is there 3 on the Packers?
Just you and Lou.
Oh,
Kind of Churkish too, because he always fades the Jags.
yeah,
You know what,
Church.
give me the Packers too.
Yeah.
Anyone else
All
want
right.
to take them? I think we need one more for a Loch Ness. I'll
Packers?
take the Packers. Add them to my lock.
Buddy, they're
I'm
coming
ta-
home from England.
I'm taking the Packers and the Texans. That's
And the
double
Lions.
Loch Ness.
And the Lions.
No.
Sonic and Knuckles, come on.
All right, add the Lions too. If any one
Oh
of those
my
teams,
God.
if any one of those teams loses, I'll take the L for the lock.
Right now.
Upsets. Get
We're
your
also going to
upset.
talk about our upsets.
You know, I'm disappointed that it might not be Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams, but I'm still taking the Commanders over the Bears. I think Marcus Mariota can lead that team to the promised land.
Let's go.
Ryan Robinson is going to run wild.
Wow.
I'm not a fan of that one, but you never know. You never know. I'm even.
Yeah.
Straight up.
My upset's the Seahawks over the Bills in Seattle. It's going to be the Kenneth Walker show. Their run defense sucks. Just get ready.
Give me the Cowboys. I'm gonna do it. That Niners team is beat up. That Niners team is really beat up, and I don't think Debo's gonna play. Give me them. Although I really don't. I think the Niners are gonna win this low key. I don't know. Dallas needs a win. They need a win.
I
Got
think
them
they're
at
looking at
20.
mock drafts.
Here's this in addition, Lou. I'll throw this out there. The Dallas defense is going to shut down the 49ers this week, and that's my upset too. Give me the Cowboys.
Yes.
Oh,
Give us a
man.
Loch Ness on the. Oh, we can't have one. Am I saying?
Okay, I have Atlanta over the Bucks.
They're dogs.
Yeah, I looked it up. Am I wrong?
Bucks are dogs.
Bucks are
Bucks are
down.
2.5 point.
I
Dogs.
looked it up on some. I don't know. I guess I was
Yeah.
wrong.
I have the Bucks over the Falcons is mine.
I'm gonna take the Eagles over the Bengals. Usually the Bengals get hot about this time, but the Eagles are hot.
I
Yeah,
thought
that's
about that one.
interesting. That's an interesting line. I don't know who I'd want to make the favorite in that. I guess the home team has to get it.
Wait, who's the favorite in the Chicago game?
Chicago.
Bears.
Seattle.
All right. All
right.
right, got it in. Don't forget the giveaway drawing is this Saturday. The rules are in the description. Make sure you join. It's a free $25 gift card. You click here to see our last video and click here to subscribe.